Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Fernando and Freddie show. I'm
Freddie show.
Fernando.
I'm Freddie.
Hello. All right,
Hello,
so
friend.
hello. So today's episode, I really want to talk about a conspiracy that I was reading about yesterday, which I thought was super interesting, and that is the fruit bat theory. You're not even asking me about it?
Oh no, I was waiting for you to go. That's why I was like,
Oh, so I was waiting for you to ask me about it. But so
sorry. Yes,
super
tell me
interesting, the
because I'm
fruit bat
like,
theory.
yeah. What is the fruit bat theory?
So, the fruit bat theory. So I was reading about
It's
it,
just
and is
because
it
I was
what?
gonna say it like Contagion. Remember?
Kind
I'm
of. I
sorry to ruin the movie from 2011, but yeah, at the end we found out it was a fruit bat that started all this because the fruit bat went into the pig house and then dropped the fruit it was eating, and then the pig ate it, or the piglet ate it, and then the chef from the Hong Kong restaurant or Macau took the fruit
and then
or the pig.
wait,
Sorry,
ate it after the pig. Oh,
no, and
okay.
then he's
Pig ate the
yeah, then
fruit.
he
And
served it. Yeah.
so
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
not even close. So this one here. So U.S. government, they made a quarter that just came out for February. It was part of a 56 coin series. This is coin number 51. Do you know what's on the backside of that quarter?
What?
A bat, a fruit bat. So
Do we have
perfect
people
timing,
in
right?
this?
Yeah. So the fruit bat actually. So the quarter series is said to kind of each coin is for a different representation. So originally they did the 50 states, and then now they came out with these additional coins for different things. So the fruit bat is part of the American Samoa.
Oh,
So
okay. I was gonna say not
off,
in the
yeah,
maybe in Arizona, but okay, yeah,
no.
go ahead.
So
Sorry.
it's not actually going to be part of anything local or over here. I mean, it's thousands of miles away. And as I was reading more into it, they were saying that, oh my gosh, the fruit bat, it's nothing to do with, the coronavirus or anything like that. But there's a lot of people that are saying different. So a lot of people are saying, well, why would the government put this fruit bat on this coin if, they didn't really have anything to do with it? It was just really, really crappy timing. Really, really
But
crappy
still,
timing to release a
it's
quarter
just
with a
weird to
bat.
put a fruit bat, especially from Samoa. I mean, when I think of Samoa, I don't think of fruit bats.
Well, so it's from the national park. Uh,
Yeah, but still, why fruit bats?
it's a National Park Series coin. And I guess because they were talking about that this is an endangered bat, and just from
Or
the different hunting
is
and
this
stuff that they wanted to bring recognition to it.
is this one of those things where they tell us the obvious so that they can claim like, no, you guys, come on, this isn't
Right?
real. It's isn't that always part of the conspiracy? Is you diffuse the truth and then try to make people look crazy by when they point it out like it's right there. Like this, pretty much like The Simpsons, like how The Simpsons keeps
Uh,
predicting everything, and then they like it's
right, right.
right there, like they're telling us the truth right there, and then everyone's like, I don't know what you're talking about. It's just a cartoon. It's like, but everything keeps happening from The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. Um, yeah, so this was one of the big things, and it's actually been in a lot of different articles that I was looking into about this coin. Is that there's a lot of different perspectives and a lot of different opinions, and this bat particularly came from the national park of. I keep saying Sonoma, but it's the national park of Samoa. Um,
Because you want some wine. I want to go to Sonoma,
oh, I would
Sonoma
love some
County.
wine right now. So it was part of the United States Mint's America Beautiful Quarters program, and it honors the national parks and other national sites
Hold
across
on.
the United
Hold
States.
on. Did you say mints or
Mint,
mint?
yeah, the U.S. Mint. Well,
Oh, okay. I thought you said mint.
MINT apostrophe S, belonging to the Mint.
Oh,
So
okay.
the Mint is
Yeah.
um, the one that did this. But I mean, what do you think? What's
Well,
your input on this?
I find it just, well, it is kind of weird, but is that conspiracy or just coincidence? But isn't that always the thing? It's like, what is it? It's up to the reader to decide. It just, I don't know. Remember last time we talked about conspiracy? I said they keep making it more and more to where I kind of feel like, well, this stuff just seems too real to be not true. Like, you know what I mean? It's plausible. You know, and they keep saying like, it's just funny to always read all over, you know, social media. And people are like, imagine like inventing a disease and then getting sick from it. You know, you're like, what?
Inventing a disease and then getting sick from it.
Yeah, because they keep talking about all these officials who have to now be in quarantine. So that kind of really makes me laugh when I see those type of things. But yeah, I don't know. It's really weird. Um, yeah, but like, have we ever made any coins from that territory before? Like, have
I
any of
don't
the
know
other
if we've made
territories?
any. I don't know if we have made any other coins from that particular territory in the past, or exactly um,
Does like Puerto Rico have a
why,
coin?
or I don't know. I really don't know actually, but it was just kind of really interesting. But reading in, it looks like the coins were like originally developed in 2008. So I mean,
Oh,
unless they like had planned this whole like bat theory. But one
well,
of the
don't these
things that I
things
was
take time
reading.
to plan before they release into the wild?
So the U.S. Mint says the design is intended to promote awareness to the species' threatened status due to habitat loss and commercial hunting. So that was their whole
Okay,
thing behind it. But
and when you read the conspiracy theory, what did it say under the conspiracy theory, though?
U.S. government, U.S. U.S. government designs coronavirus and taunts us by placing a bat on a 2020 quarter.
Oh,
But
I
it's
mean,
just, I think it's just
what?
crappy
Hold on,
timing.
I know, but we need a mathematician to calculate the odds of that coincidence that was planned 2008, you say? So 12 years ago to just happen to be released right now of all times? Like Harriet Tubman was like, oh, no, no, no. Sorry, Harriet, we're going to put you off to the side for now. We're going to put that on hold. But fruit bats, yes, let's go. Come on, fruit bats, let's go right now. I mean, doesn't that just seem weird to you?
Harriet Tubman.
Because no, she was supposed to be on the $20 bill, wasn't she?
Oh. I know that they've
Yeah.
been doing a lot of different work with, in the mint and coming out with different coins. So part of this series, the coin series that they came out with, the bat for one, the bat is only coin 51 of 56. So starting, in 2010, they've been releasing, multiple coins per year up until 2020 is supposed to be the cutoff. But the last of the series is going to be released in the beginning of 2021.
Did they
So
already say what it was?
they haven't said what the other ones are yet.
Oh, okay. So what other thing's going to hit us next that's going to magically correspond with the? It's going to be a
Could
pyramid
you
with an
imagine?
all-seeing eye on top of it. Imagine.
Oh my gosh. Now, what
Oh, it has to
if?
do with our founding fathers.
Uh,
Or maybe it'll be a
oh
UFO.
man,
It'll
a
be it'll
UFO,
be
an
aliens.
alien,
Imagine it'll be an
an
alien.
alien.
Oh no, this is just Area 51 and our or no, because they're trying to do Space Force, remember? That's what it'll be. It'll be a UFO, but it'll be a Space Force. Because remember they
Can it
announced
just
no,
be a ring, like
no,
a
but they
circle
literally
alien ship?
announced the Space Force thing, remember? That we were gonna go into space again.
Oh,
It
okay,
was-
okay, okay.
yeah. Oh, you
So
thought
do
I
you
was just
think
talking about
that the
aliens again.
next?
So
So you
it'll be
think
a
that the next
UFO.
quarter?
It'll be UFO, but magically it corresponds with the aliens who are coming. Or I'm sorry,
You and
coming.
those
They're already
aliens.
here.
The
Because
alien is the coronavirus.
you refuse. Well, I saw this video today where this it was like one of those things about like saving the planet, and it was like the voice of the coronavirus who's like thanking the human race for allowing it to join such a group and expand in such a way, and now it can wake people because and then the video was like, you didn't take heed when like when the ice was melting or when the earth was heating up. It was a really interesting video to tie in with the coronavirus, but I guess it was trying to basically tell people to like wake up, like what's happening to the world and the planet, and now that it's affecting you, now you wake up. So
True.
so now how does this correspond to the aliens? I don't know. But isn't
Unless
that
we
always
come
the
out with a
conspiracy
quarter.
with the
Unless we come out with
aliens?
a quarter with an alien.
Wouldn't it be better if it was a silver dollar though?
Ooh, that would be nice. Could you imagine? Could you imagine if instead of a quarter, they came out with a silver dollar with a bat on it?
Yes, I could imagine. But I'd prefer to have a horseshoe on it so then I could feel a little bit lucky when I was holding it, like being scared of everything that's happening.
So, people joining us, if you don't know what we're talking about right now, we're talking about the conspiracy theory of the United States government putting a bat on a quarter that came out in February of 2020 in commemoration of the coronavirus, but it's supposed to be a fruit bat, which is supposed to bring light to the American Samoa. I got it right. American Samoa fruit bat living in the American Samoa
But wouldn't
National
it
State
be
Park.
American Samoan?
American Samoan? No, it was American
Yeah, would you say
Samoa when I
American
read it.
Samoan fruit bat?
Maybe. I don't know. But talking about this bat, and we're also talking about it being the 51st coin that's released. And so, if you don't know, they originally said scientists believe that the coronavirus was originally brought to the public in a wet
Oh, I thought
market
you were
in
about to say.
Wuhan by way of
I
a bat.
literally, I thought you were going to say if you didn't know when they created this virus in the lab.
Well, now there's speculation saying that the Chinese had created it in a lab, but there's so much speculation and there is so much theory and conspiracy theory that goes into it.
Yeah, but that's
But
the weird part of that one is that one's actually coming from the government saying that they still, despite all the other evidence, think that it was created somewhere in China and either it was accidentally released during testing and that's how it spread from the testing facility in Wuhan. And I've heard that a few times, and that I think that was one of the things I saw in the news as well. But they said no, that it didn't have all the markers of being a man-made virus. But then I guess the government was saying that no, we didn't say it was a man-made. We were just saying that they were testing this virus in Wuhan, and that's how it got out. So that's really interesting because I did see yesterday too as well that people in the U.S. are suing the Chinese government for the spread of the virus now, like
they're
literally
for
taking them to
spreading the
court.
virus.
Yeah, for the
Interesting.
way they handled it, for not for not letting people know, because some people believe that like they said before, that they had the opportunity to stop its spread, but they purposely didn't because they wanted to. And this was in the newspaper saying that they wanted to first collect as much resources like ventilators and antibiotics and other things like that so that they could prepare for their population getting sick and not letting everyone else in the world know so that they would also want the same resources.
You know, I did hear something similar to that about the lawsuit. I heard about the class action lawsuit. And actually, one of my friends, it just popped on my head, had texted me about it and said that I should join in on the class action lawsuit because of those of
Oh,
you
because
just
you were
joining us, you
sick.
don't know, I am a survivor of the coronavirus.
Stop, stop saying it like that. I'm a survivor. I want to smack you for that. How dare you?
But you guys, check out our website. It's www. Oh, that looks really bad. But
Hold on. You have to say www.
Fernando
No,
and Freddie show.
say
What's
it with
that?
your accent. You have to say it with your accent. www. Fernanda and Freddie and Freddie show.com.
Yes. So Fernando and Freddie
Oh,
show.com. Freddie's going to use his
that's
southern accent right there.
that's
I'm Fernando.
Rolanda. This is Rolanda.
Stupid.
And I'm Freddie.
So if you guys already don't check us out, we would love it if you guys checked out our website. It links you right over to YouTube, or you can go on YouTube and look up Fernando and Freddie.
Yeah. Now
And
say it in
we
Spanish.
post. Oh, you got to do it in Spanish.
Si yo quiero?
Go ahead.
No, I said if I want.
It's gotta
Go
be
ahead.
one. So we would love it if you guys check us out. If you guys have any interest in our show on YouTube, just go and click that subscribe button. You can click the little bell, and you can get our notifications and be notified when we do our live shows. We typically do one live show a week. and we post 3 shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Oh,
It's
so today we
our
posted a
Reddit on
show.
Reddit.
Yes.
What is
Today
that,
we
Freddie?
posted a show. We posted a show today about property values and your rights. It seems to be controversial because we already got a dislike, so that's always a good sign because that means someone watched enough to say, I don't like this, which always inspires me because it means I'm doing something right. Because if they don't react, they weren't engaged.
That's very true. Um, and we always tell people too. If you like our show, give us a thumbs up. If you don't, if you don't like it, give us a thumbs down. And it just kind of tells us, what people thought about that episode. Um,
Yeah. But this is, it's property values are a really touchy subject with people. And I just want to, if you did watch it, I just want to say, I looked up the laws. And in fact, if you are a homeowner, not a renter, a homeowner, despite the housing association's rules, you can actually dry your laundry outdoors. They can't prohibit you because California has a law. You just have to look up the solar. What is it? It's the Solar Energy Use Act, which I guess because your clothes are drying by solar energy, so it does permit you to actually to dry it. And because they were saying that if you are green and sustainable and you believe in that type of thing, that one of the biggest users of energy is your dryer. Behind a refrigerator, the next appliance that uses the most energy is a dryer. Kind of interesting. Yeah.
That's just something that I would actually kind of want to look into too, because, like you said, if you're a homeowner, like I can imagine it being like in your backyard, you can like pull the line out and you can hang it up. But what about like, we had discussed hanging it off of your balcony, like your pool towel, drying your pool towel. What if I owned the condo inside of that complex? Then what?
Oh, if you own it, then you can. If you are renting it, it said no. It said most of the times they won't let you because you could argue it, but a lot of times it'd be more difficult because you're not an owner of the property. But when you're an owner of the property, you could use that Californian law. And a few other states have it too, but they said that a lot of people are actually changing the laws because if we are worried about global warming and things like that, then yeah, you want to dry your clothes. I mean, and they're like, a lot of people were also saying they don't understand where that whole idea of poverty comes from drying clothes. Like, how does that correlate? Like, I still don't understand, like, why does drying your clothes mean you're poor or lower a property value? Like, literally anywhere else in the world, and it said that in the article, the only place in the world where that is believed is in the US. Like, not Canada, not anywhere else in the world do people say that drying clothes means poverty.
Interesting.
Yeah,
well, if you guys haven't already checked out that video, head on over to our YouTube. It's www.fernandoandfreddyshow.com or YouTube Fernando and Freddie, and you'll see that video right there, and you can check it out. Oh yeah, right there, fernandoandfreddyshow.com. But you guys, let us know your biggest conspiracies, what theories you have about this video or any others that you want us to discuss, and we can look into it and we can find some more information on those.
If anyone wants us to discuss reptilians, I would love to, because Fernando hates this type of stuff and I think it's funny and I enjoy it because I don't know, I like the outlandish stuff because it makes you, I don't know, it makes you think, even if it's not even something that you'd believe. It's kind of interesting though that people have taken the time to develop an idea so much. It's like reading a book. Crickets.
Hey, so we have somebody talking over here, and it says, my parents and grandmother dried all our clothes outside, and we had a dryer. Yeah. I think that's a great way to save energy, and to not only lower your energy bill, but to, help the environment.
Well, I remember when I first moved to Europe and I was like looking for a place to dry my clothes, and I didn't know that people hung up their clothes to dry because I grew up in California where we always dried our clothes in a dryer. Like, never, ever, ever have I thought like to hang out my clothes to dry. And when I asked one of my friends, I'm like, why don't you guys have dryers here? And he said, well, the French people believe that it damages your clothes because of the the heat and the friction. So it's better to
Hmm.
not dry your clothes in such a way and just to hang out and dry. And they also believe it's more ecological, as they always say, for the environment. It's better. But I mean, most of them don't like the fact that we use air conditioners in California because they say it's
Oh my
bad for the
gosh.
planet. Yeah, no, but like really, they're like, even in a car here in the middle of summer when it's like 80 degrees, they're like, no, just open the window, don't turn on the air conditioning.
Ooh,
Yeah,
that would not work
it
for
can be.
me.
Yeah, it's quite difficult sometimes when you have a lot of people who don't like dryers and air conditioning in Europe. But
I was
yeah, I
wondering,
don't
so
understand
like,
it. Huh?
because when we looked at Airbnbs in Europe, and one of them had a washing machine, and I was like, well, it has a washing machine, so I don't know where the dryer is. I don't see it in the picture, but hey, if it has a washing machine, it's got to have a dryer.
Not in Europe, no. It only had
No,
you
I
only get the
know. Now that we're talking
yeah
about that,
yeah. So yeah,
so
but you get like a hanging rack and you just hang out your clothes to dry in your apartment or on
yeah,
your balcony. It's yeah, but I mean you get used to it. But they iron all their clothes here too. They iron everything.
really, oh, I
Yeah,
can't. I
everything.
hate ironing. I hate
Me
it.
too. They
I
find
hate
it they
it so
find it so
much.
weird. I'm like, but I think it's because we use the dryers that we don't have to iron because it's like you don't get the wrinkles.
Yeah, when
So
I pull
it's
it out, I just shake it up and then lay it out, and I'm like, all right.
yeah, then it's good to go. But yeah, so they don't do that. But I mean, I still don't understand why it's so prohibited.
What, dryers or the clothes?
Hanging out clothes to dry. Like I've yet to. I mean, you get some people who are screaming about property values because you hang out your. And I actually found out the man who there was. I said it was Texas, but it was actually Mississippi, where he shot and killed his neighbor over hanging out his clothes to dry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Because
the
it
neighbor
lowers
literally.
property values?
Yeah, he said it was lower. He was disgusted by it, and that it was lowering his property values by having
Wow.
him constantly drying his laundry out. And then there was another story of there was a few articles on this website about people uh, resorting to violence because their neighbors were using their laundry, hanging out their laundry to dry.
Hmm. Don't
Yeah,
resort to
it's
violence.
weird that someone would be so angry that you were drying your clothes, and they said a lot for a lot of people it's to do with their piety, because they don't want people seeing their underwear.
Oh, that's true too. That's why they use dryers?
Well, that was what when they say that that's the reason why people don't want people to hang out their clothes to dry. It has only the only reason
Oh.
why is because of the possibility of seeing your neighbor's underwear.
Oh my
Makes people
gosh.
so uncomfortable. I know, like I can't imagine them like there goes Karen's bra.
Have you seen that meme? Um, it's with somebody
What?
with the Karen haircut. And it was like during the coronavirus pandemic, um, think of all the Karens of the world who have yet to complain this week,
Well, they're complaining
or who have
online.
yet, or think of all the Karens in this world who have yet to ask for the manager or something like that.
Can you imagine? That's gonna be finished. There's no we're gonna be asking for the manager, because now as everyone's going back to work and going back into the world, you're not gonna be able to get into to confrontations or personal space with people like that. It's gonna be like,
Yeah,
sorry,
it's gonna be
Karen,
like,
you're
hey,
gonna have
hey,
no,
give me
it's
my
gonna be like,
6 feet,
Karen,
please.
you're gonna have to call me so I can speak to you properly. I'm sorry, there's someone behind you, Karen, that I have to help, but I can take your call later.
Be like, I'm still waiting
But
for the manager, please.
but I did see something that did upset me today in Paris. They were saying that now salon owners are going to charge extra for people who are going to have to wear PPE when getting their hair cut. And I'm just thinking to myself, I'm like, you can't roll that into the $60 you're about to charge to cut someone's hair. Like the few
Dang.
cents that it's going to cost you to give someone a apron.
Yeah, I wonder how much they're going to actually spend on that. Hey, check this out. So, well, you hang the sheets on the inside and all the undergarments on the. I'm sorry, hang the sheets on the outside, on the undergarments on the inside, and the sheets hide all of that. That's pretty interesting because there's multiple lines, and so you just put the big stuff on the outside, and then you can put your private stuff in the middle.
You know what's kind of funny is I actually did that 2 days ago because my where I hang the laundry out here because I wanted to hang it in the sun to bleach the whites because I have linens. I have really nice old antique linens, and so they kind of get yellow with the age. So I thought, oh, I saw a thing on the a history of laundry. I know I'm a bit boring when I watch things like that, but it was on YouTube. It was really interesting, and how they would say that in England they used to dry the sheets on the lawns for up to 6 months to get them white. So they would take out
What?
them every day and lay out the because before hanging up close to dry, they used to just lay it out on the lawns to dry. And
Hmm.
so it said so I was doing that, but anyways, I was hanging up my clothes and then I was like hanging up my underwear and my socks, and it's like right on the wall of my neighbor who always likes to look over the fence. And I was like, what if she's like staring at my underwear? And then I'm like, what if she's trying to steal
Maybe
my
she's
underwear? I'm
enjoying it.
like, this is, and I'm like, this is the expensive underwear too. This is the $50 underwear. So I was like, just gonna take my linens and cover it over my underwear so she can't take it.
Wait a minute. You spent $50 on a pair of underwear?
Oh, Fernando, I've spent more than that on a pair of underwear.
Do you know? I will say this. I spent $60 on one pair.
I've spent $100 on one pair of underwear.
Were they Versace?
They were a designer.
They
Yes,
were
I think
designer.
I spent a 90. Well, I don't want to get into prices. I've spent a lot on really nice underwear. I do end up if it's a designer one, of course. I don't think you can get designer underwear for less than 100
Well, my Versace ones were $60,
on
but they
wholesale.
were just briefs. No, it was regular price. But now, if you wanted like the trunk or like a little bit longer
Yeah,
ones, like a boxer brief or something, I think those were like 90 to 100. Yeah, I was like, holy moly! Like these are so
yeah, and then with
expensive.
tax, it's 100.
Yeah. So hey, free shipping.
Oh no, I bought these in store. If I'm going to spend that kind of money, I want to walk out with the pretty woman bag.
The
I want
Pretty
people to
Woman
think there's
bag.
something else
I
inside of
love
that
that
bag
movie.
instead of underwear. I know it is really
Oh
funny.
my gosh. Um,
I did, but can I tell
but
you,
you
I've
know
never
what?
actually finished that movie.
Are you serious?
I,
Let me just
I
put this
can't tell you.
disclaimer in real quick. Let me just say this quick disclaimer. Um, Typically, I'll only spend $9.99 to like $20 at the most on underwear. So if you guys are watching this thinking like, "Oh my gosh, what a waste of money, $60," it's a one pair, okay? It's like
But they'll last you
a
forever,
luxury
though.
buy.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
those luxury buys usually end up lasting you a long time. It's not like you're going to be like, oh, okay, next year I'm throwing this out. Like that underwear will probably last you like
right,
4 or 5 years. So then if you think of it that way, it costs you $20 per year. It's like buying expensive
right.
jeans. Like, well, someone was like, how can you spend so much money on jeans? And I'm like, but these jeans will last me like 10 years. Like legitimately, they
Do you know
won't like get
what?
a hole in them. They won't fade. Go ahead.
The button won't fall off. I actually got
Yeah.
a really cool pair of jeans that I really like from some like little skate shop here in Long Beach, and they were like I think like $40. They were not expensive
Oh.
at all. They were super comfortable. They washed well. They last
And
me a
the
long time.
heavy
I think I've had
denim?
them for like 2 or 3 years already. Heavy?
Yeah, like the
They're
real
like a good
denim, like
quality denim.
because sometimes you
I
get
don't know if
those
they're
like I don't
heavy.
like those stretchy denims or those like thin
Oh
denims. Like
no,
I want a classic thick denim that's gonna, take some wear and tear on it without ripping.
wear and tear.
Because because I hate like the thing that happens to me is you buy those designer jeans with like the holes ripped in your knees, and then you go in to put on and you ripped them.
Oh my god.
That
You
always
make torts
happens
out
to
of
me.
your jeans.
Yeah, literally, that's happened to me twice already. And you're like, when you think of how much you paid for one pair of jeans to have it just rip like that, it's
Ay,
not
ay,
very
ay, ay.
good. Yeah.
Okay, you guys. Well, we thank you so much for joining us. This has been another episode of the Fernando and Freddie Show. Don't forget that you guys can visit us directly on the web, www.fernandoandfreddyshow.com. Takes you
You did
right
it this
directly
time.
to our YouTube page. Um,
www.
we would love it if you guys would just head on over to our YouTube page and just hit subscribe.
Trying to get to
It would
100
mean a lot to
followers.
us. One,
It would.
can you show it? Can you show us? I'll do the one. You
I'll
do
do the
the zeros.
zeros.
100. So that's our
100.
goal. So if you guys could help us out, we'd really appreciate it. But thanks so much for joining us. This has been another episode of the Fernando and Freddie Show.